I'm dipping and spitting and doing everything I like. Driving home and think about what am I gonna do tonight. Get another pinch, stick it in my lip. Then I go around a curve and my dip cup tips. Spills on my lap all on the seat. I think a mud jug is what I need. Yo, dip in my lip, dip in my lip, dip in my lip. I think I need a dip.
What is up, y'all? This is the Weekly Dipper, and I have a good video here for y'all. This is gonna be on where did dipping tobacco come from. It's gonna be pretty good video here. A lot of y'all probably don't think where it comes from. You're just busy with that deliciousness in your lip, So I did a little research. And I found out it has a long history. Just, the history of tobacco is a pretty cool thing. And it all started with the Native Americans. These Native Americans were out there, puffing on the peace pipe, puffing on cigarettes. And they did it for medicinal purposes. They thought it, as medicine was going to cure you. Well, they did this, and then when Christopher Columbus and all the Europeans came over, they saw, this is what they were doing, and they kind of caught on. So they started bringing it over, bringing tobacco over to Europe, using it. And first, it really kicked off when the French Queen Caterina is her name. She suffered from very bad headaches, migraines, and doctors prescribed for her to crush up the tobacco leaves and snort it, which is basically the equivalent of today's nasal snooze. And if y'all haven't seen that, it's kind of like cocaine made out of tobacco. You take a little powder, put it right here, sniff it up. I've never gotten to try that, but I want to. Anytime if I ever see it, in a store or something near me, I'll try it. But they started doing that, and then all the French royals and all these, royals in the court and everything, they caught on. They started doing it, and it just became a big thing for all these rich people to start doing, and to be doing this, and it became the norm. Well, then it kind of started dying down, and tobacco leaves found their way over to Europe. Or not Europe, sorry. It found its way over to Sweden. And Sweden is known now for snus. A lot of y'all, if you're American, you'll know it as snus. Some of y'all call it snus, but it's actually snus. S-N-O-O-S is kind of how it's pronounced, but it's spelled with a U. And I think I have a can. Most common in America is camel snus. And you can find this just about any tobacco store. And usually, they'll have it in mint. This is a mint. They'll have it in frost, that kind of thing. You can find that, and then you can sometimes, if you're lucky, some stores have what they call General Snus, and this is actually a popular brand in Sweden to this day, and you can go to thegeneral.com and they'll have a store locator to show you if there's anywhere near you that sells this. And let me open this up. Snus, if you don't know, it's basically pouch. You put it in your lip right here. And unlike dipping tobacco, you don't spit. You swallow your spit. And, you swallow your spit and it still gives you nicotine and everything. And those are really cool. I'll take these in to school. Snoozing instead of dipping, it's snoozing. I'll be snoozing in school and stuff. Well, from there, everyone started doing this. That just became the complete norm in Sweden. And then as it became the norm, they started coming, Swedes, they started coming over to America about the 1820s, 1830s, just millions of these Swedes. And from there, in 1822, a company called Eaton was formed. And I'm not exactly, this is where it gets a little fuzzy, but from there, they turned snus into the beautiful dipping tobacco that we have now. And what I find interesting is, I'm not a big Copenhagen fan. I actually can't stand the stuff. That's why you'll always see me doing Grizzly on my videos. But in 1822 is when Eaton started. 1822 is also the year that Copenhagen started. Wayman Copenhagen founded that. Founded a company that I'm not exactly sure how they figured out how to make the tobacco, more loose and be able to activate your salivatory glands and make you spit. But from that point on, we've always had Copenhagen. Skoal came in, if I believe right, in the early 1900s. And Grizzly came out. Grizzly is the newest. Grizzly came out in 2000, I think. Early 2000s, late 1990s. I'm not exactly sure. I might do a history of the different brands. But like I said, it's still to this day in Sweden, snus is a norm, and I think it's so different from the culture that we have here in America, where you have the actual chew, big loose leaf you put in your cheek, long cut kind of stuff. And in Sweden, they're doing this completely different thing. It's essentially it is still it's still a tobacco and everything, but it's completely different delivery form. And if I believe right, that it's still popular to do nasal snus over there. And you can find it in certain places in America, but I've never seen it in any stores or anything. But anyway, guys, that was the history of where we got dipping tobacco. If y'all enjoyed, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I'm out.